Hey all, I hope you're all well and staying safe. Steve here from the Tour Experience. So, question I get asked, and a lot of the other caddies get asked quite a lot, is how heavy does the golf bag weigh when we're carrying it on tour? Now, I've never done a video like this before, so I thought the best thing to do would be try and get my golf bag the same as what we would prepare it for as if we was going to the first round of a tournament, and get it on the scales and weigh it, and then you've got an idea of how much we're carrying each day in the tournament. So my golf bag is a full-size tour golf bag. I've got 14 clubs in the top, so I've got a driver 3 and 5 wood. Normally the pros wouldn't sort of carry a 5 wood as such. They would go for more like a rescue or a 2-iron, and they'd probably carry both to each tournament, depending on what the conditions are, whether they put the rescue in or whether they go for a 2 or 1-iron. Got my irons in the bag, 3 wedges and a putter. So that's what goes in the top of the bag, obviously. Got my new Tour V5 Bushnell laser, which for me is the best laser in the world, not alone on tour. It's proof in the pudding that 97% of the tour players use Bushnell lasers on tour, so you can see how good this thing is. But this is the latest one, the Tour V5 Shift it's called. It's really, really good. It's got the new vibration function on there, so not only when you lock in does it vibrate, as you're looking through, a red circle on the outside comes up to say that you've actually got the flag. So just to be a bit of reassurance, it's got a nice grip on the top for a good firm hold. It's not going to slip out. Very easy yards or meter button on the side there, and this little bit here is quite funky. It's a magnet, so basically if you're carrying or if you're in a cart, you can just click it on the side of the cart there, so every time you get in and out you just clip it off, get your yardage and then clip it back on. So really good bit of kit, that the Bushnell Tour V5. That goes in the bag there. So I'm going to do the bag today as if it's going to rain, or there's a chance of it going to rain. So obviously as a caddy, if we ever get caught with no waterproofs in the bag, and we're out on the golf course and the player turns around, oh, it's just started to rain, passes a waterproof jacket and we haven't got it, we are in for the high jump. So always need to be prepared for that situation. So first of all, we have a towel that goes on the bag, obviously to wipe the clubs, and then we have a spare towel that goes in the bag. So if it does rain, the top towel there is for cleaning the clubs. The bottom towel is to keep our players' hands dry when they're hitting shots. Secondly, we would need our waterproof suits. So not just for me, so one set for me, my waterproof suit, but then obviously the players' waterproof suit. So that pretty much fills up the front compartment of the bag there, as you can see. Can't forget the brolly. Brolly needs to go in the bag, again just in case for that rainy day. And then we come on to the more important things. So my boss always carries 12 golf balls, so 12 golf balls going in the bag there. Goes in the front bit. Very important, bag full of Sharpie pens. Really important to mark your golf ball on the way around. I'm sure everyone's got their own style, but we've got different coloured pens there, so if we do have to mark a provisional ball, we can use a different colour, so not going to get mixed up with the first ball. So that's a great idea to have some Sharpie pens in the bag. Bag full of pitch repairers. I'm quite lucky that I've got quite a few good friend caddies that have bought me limited edition Ryder Cup markers back in the past, and pitch repairers, so I keep all those in the bag there, depending what I feel like, whether I'm in the Open or whether I'm in the Ryder Cup. When I'm going out playing myself, I'll use either one. Gloves. Now a player normally carries a bag of about 4 or 5 gloves around, so they go in the side of the bag there. Always carry a yardage book or scorecard holder carrier, again in the bag. Obviously, most of the drivers and 3-woods, 5-woods, rescues, whatever you've got in the bag, will have an alteration key on there. So we always have to keep the key just in case the head comes loose. It's okay to tighten the head up if it comes loose in the round, but obviously we're not allowed to change the settings, so that goes in the bag. A line me up. A lot of the pros these days use a line on the golf ball to line them up when they're on the putting green. So really good bit of kit, $1.99 off Amazon or somewhere like that. Well worth having one of those in the bag. Something that you amateurs probably don't carry, a medical bag. So rehydration salts, for example. An inhaler. I'm asthmatic, so I have to have an inhaler. Lip balm, just to get, if it's really warm or breezy out there, keep your lips nice and soft. Nasal spray, plasters, hay fever tablets, all in that bag there. So again, that's another one that you should always carry. We'll put that in the bag there. Also, when we go to the practice range and the putting green, our player always has their putting devices. So we've got the Vizio stuff by Phil Kenyon, the mat. He does a brilliant laser which helps you line your putt up, which is that there. That goes in the bag. We'd probably try and not carry this when we're out on the golf course, but if we ever get cut a little bit short and it's time to get on the first tee, it has to stay in the bag. So, you know, sometimes we do have to carry that, so I'm going to put that in the side of the bag as well. And the putting arm. Now, one thing I also get asked a lot is what players and caddies eat when they're on the golf course. Now, this is really important. Again, it doesn't really matter if it's cold or hot weather, always carry plenty of water. Drinking, keeping yourself hydrated is a must. So we would normally have, certainly at the start of the round, we'll have two waters in each side, one for each of us. That goes in the side pockets there. 2 bananas, one for me, one for the player. That goes in the bag. Again, this is all the stuff that we will eat and drink on the way around. Very good for energy. 2 protein bars, one each for the player and the caddy. And a bag of mixed nuts. Again, we'll just keep picking at these as and when you feel hungry. So again, that's something to keep you hydrated and not keeping you feeling hungry. And lastly, a valuables pouch. This is empty now, but normally you would have a watch, set of keys, hotel key, something like that in there. So we'll put that on the bag as well. So there we have it. So that is your full golf bag, is what we would normally carry on an everyday basis. Let's give it away. Let's get it on the scales. So bag is ready to go. It's all full. Let's put it on the scales. Oh, jeez. So as you can see, that is 20.2 kilograms. 20.2 for the whole golf bag there. And that is pretty much what we carry on an everyday basis. Obviously, when we're in places like Dubai or Australia, where the weather's going to be good, we can take the brolly and the waterproofs out. But this is pretty much what we carry on an everyday basis. So there you have it, just over 20 kilos. And that's why we're strong, fit, strapping lads. All the best, take care, and speak to you soon.